Hey, so I wanted to talk a little bit about synchronicity. I do a free book club, and we're going through the Celestine Prophecy right now. If you want to join us, I'll put a link under this video. But this is the first insight in that book, and I remember reading this book back in like the 90s when it came out, and just like flying through it. I think I sat down and just like read the whole thing back to back. You know, you read the first insight, and it's like, well, what's the second one? What's the third one? And by the time you get to the end, and it's like, I finally got them all. And life feels a little bit weird for a couple days. You just like had all these insights in your consciousness now, and you're not sure what to do with them, but you remember that life is magical, that life is supposed to be magical, that there's something else going on here. And kind of going back through it now, we've only done one chapter, which is the first insight, which could be summed up by saying that synchronicity exists, or that there's something more going on here. And kind of the problem I see with modern spirituality is that just like me back in the 90s, people just want to know, well, what's the next thing? What's the answer? What's the next little thing I need to know? And that doesn't get you anywhere. That just puts you on this never-ending quest for more answers, more nuggets, that it just becomes intellectual data. And I made that mistake for a long time, and kind of going through it now, just in that first chapter, it's like we could spend months just there. And that there's so much richness there that it's so easy to dismiss. It's so easy to move on. It's so easy for the mind to go, okay, well, what's next? But there is no next. I mean that first insight alone, synchronicity exists, or there's something else going on here. It's this invitation to stop. It's this invitation to really begin to see that we all live in that the quote unquote real world, or what our egos call the real world. We all have this kind of reality that we live in, where we know everything, right? Where you know who you are, you know how life is, you know how relationships are, you know money is hard to come by, or whatever it is, like all the stuff you think you know that makes up your quote unquote real world. The first insight is saying, well, it ain't necessarily so. All this stuff you think you know, well, what if it's not the truth? What if there is something else going on? What if you're part of something so much greater? And so it's this invitation to not just pay attention, but to let go of the world that you think you know. Can I let go of all my ideas and assumptions about myself, about others, about reality, about this universe even, and open up to the truth, open up to something greater? And that's not just something that you read and like, okay, got it. That's the work. That's the ongoing process. That's what we train on. That's what we could like literally spend months just exploring. How open to this other world can I become? And so we're still going to go to the next insight, here this week, but like each one of these is an adventure that it's inviting us on. And so if I try that on right now, just begin to play with this idea that life is an adventure, that there's something bigger going on here. Like immediately I just open up to this entire, these woods around me. Suddenly they begin to take on more life, more vividness, more color. I become so much more present just contemplating this idea that I'm part of something greater. And if you ever see angel numbers, 1111, or, those kinds of things, like those are those little whispers, those little reminders saying, hey, pay attention. There's something greater going on here. Can I just let go of the mind? Can I totally surrender? Can I open up to this moment and begin to participate, begin to be a part of the magic, the literal magic that is going on right now. And again, this is no small thing. This isn't just a little line to like, okay, I know that, I got it, let's move on. Like, this is the work. This is the adventure. And so every one of these insights, I don't even remember them all at this point. It's been a long time since I read the book, but I suspect that every one of them is going to be this invitation to adventure. Every one of them, like, you can spend weeks or months contemplating, going deeper into, and each one will take you on a new journey. So if you're someone who feels like you're looking for answers, you want to know, what's the secret? What are you missing? I would suggest that you already have the answers. I would suggest that there's some, little phrase, some little line that you've heard all your life, that it's not about hearing the words or knowing the words. It's about letting those words take you on an adventure. Magic is real. Synchronicity exists. Be here now. There's an adventure for you. Love one another. That will change your life. You are the universe. There are so many little one-liners out there, and everything is there. So really consider that there are no answers that you're missing. You've got the answers. All that's really left is to go on the adventure, to do the work.